Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are unboxing Jeanne Dark Altar Avenger, my altar. Just before the pandemic I went to Japan and I went to Nakano Broadway. If you're not familiar with Nakano Broadway, it's basically 3 floors, just a straight hall, and it's anything but a Broadway really. But there's a lot of merch stores there, so for example Mandarake and Bang, and you can also buy anime cells there. They are really fucking expensive though. So when I was at Nakano Broadway I went to Bang, and when I went to Bang I saw this big ass Jeanne Dark Altar Avenger figure with a skull and everything. The flag, and it was massive. Also was the price, because it was 70,000 yen, and that's way too much for me. And also I didn't have any emotional connection to her. I just looked at the figure and I kinda admired her. Until I went back to Japan in November this year. Just as I had my suitcases full of figurines, I randomly pulled her on an elevator. So I finally established the emotional connection. So what do you do when you finally have this emotional connection and you really want the figure of her? Well, luckily she just got a re-release and I knew that she was up on Army, but I had no space in the suitcases. So my plan was to order her last minute, just before I take the plane back to Germany. She's going to arrive just in time together with me. And because it took 3 weeks for her to arrive, I could have just ordered her before on the hotel or whatever. In the end, all the worries for nothing, and now that she finally arrived, let's unbox her. The first thing that I noticed is that the banner is really standing out. It's super enormous. It's of high quality when it comes to the coloring. Every fold feels like it's natural. I really like where they went with this. Even the pointy part looks super detailed. I bet you know that there is a lot of figurines out there that have armor. It just looks like plastic. But for her, it's a completely different story. The whole detail of the texture just looks like actual armor. It looks like they have actual metal attached to the figurine. The sword has 2 gems to the side, and it looks really neat. The boots are just like the armor. They look so realistic and I love them. They have the same material and they have the same paint job, and it's perfect. So the base comes in a glossy black, and on the base there is a rocky hill where you can attach the figurine to. So the rocky hill is kind of plain actually. I expected a little bit more. It doesn't have as much detail as the rest of the figurine, and it looks super soft. It could be more sharp. I think there could be some edges around there. And I think that another big rock next to the side would give her a little bit more dynamic in the base. The one thing I'm not sure about is the cloth or cape on her back. While it's super dynamic and well sculpted, I think that it's just missing something. It's just like the base. It's not sharp enough. It could have more edges, some details, just some highlights. If you look at it like this, it's maybe a little bit dull. Let's talk about face and hair. I'm actually a person who really wants to see a face that's the star of the figure. But sadly, it's not the case here. Everything is so huge and massive. Her whole head just becomes kind of underwhelming. Even though the hair and the face are really nice, it just can't compete with the rest of the figure. Everything is so bulky and everything is so shiny and well made that the face sadly doesn't get to shine on this figurine. She comes with 2 support items that you need because of all of the weight of the figure. They have to rest somewhere, so you better take these 2 support items. Because if you don't do that, everything will get out of shape over time. Everything is so heavy on this figure, it really needs support. And the materials are super soft, so really make sure to use them. Review-wise, this is everything I have to say. And I would also like to thank Shirahiko for supporting me cutting this video. Because of her, I was able to focus on the reel, and I really hope that you like what I made out of this. Hey, it's me again. If you like what you just saw, let me know in the comments. Also, if you didn't like what you saw, you can also watch one of my other videos or subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.